RobandKristie, how are you? And if Connie ends up seeing this, hello. So much going on. Oh my gosh, I'm sure you've heard in the news about everything that's been happening in Louisville this week, so I haven't done much but deal with stuff from that. But on we go, as a Whew. Anyway, um, so there are some events coming up for us with AWTT at JCTC that I was going to try to talk to you about it, but I know your schedule's crazy, and I am behind in my own work because of the events this week. Hans's office was actually in the building where one of the shootings took place. So it's been a long week for our college because of that. So I apologize for having to do this way, but I didn't want to write a long email either. I wanted to say hi, and I'm sure you know Pam is having an exhibit in Berea, which is wonderful. So what I wanted to ask about were a couple of events coming up that I would love to somehow connect directly with you guys about. The first one is that the library, Downtown Library of Louisville, will be exhibiting the prints that JCTC owns over the summer. And we will be exhibiting some of them in our own library, which is not far from the Downtown Public Library, so that this is part of that cultural passport program I mentioned to you quite some time ago. But just to refresh, the cultural passport is a little packet that families get at no cost, and they get free bus passes so that they can go to all the locations on the cultural passport, and each location provides some kind of little activity for them to do, and then they get stamped by the space. So what I'm thinking of doing is creating a little simple activity for the kids to do with their families while they're seeing the prints, and we'll put QR codes up that Kristie, sent. Thank you, Kristie. So what I was hoping to do is have some kind of maybe little Samantha Smith challenge type thing where they could submit ideas to me, and then I could share them with you, and we would choose one, and maybe could we donate a book or a poster of their favorite truth teller, a small one or a card or something like that as a prize, and then announce it on your website somehow if I write it up. I thought that might be a nice thing to do as a quote reward. They do want us to have little things like that. And then to kick off this event, this cultural passport, kids go to a big event at the libraries that has booths where all of the spots on the passport have a booth and can talk about what the kids will see when they go there and all of that. So I'm going to have a booth there, and I was hoping to maybe get some cards and posters to put out. Rob, I have used up that box that you gave me. People just beg me for those cards. So, and I've mailed them out as thank yous, and it's been wonderful to have them. So thank you. So if we could get some things like that to have at the booth, and JCTC could also, with your permission, I could get them to print out cards with using JPEGs. Either way, I don't care. Just let me know what Americans Who Tell the Truth would prefer, and I will do it, assuming that you're cool with all of this. I just want to have some kind of a takeaway that they can walk out of the booth with, so to speak. And then we also have been asked back, but double our presence. Like, the kids are really excited from the Breonna Taylor Race for Breonna event last year. They have really upped their game, and they're going to do a huge thing at the track where you were, Rob, where we met Tyler Girth's family. And so, Americans Who Tell the Truth at JCTC will have a bigger presence this year. So that means Americans Who Tell the Truth does. And so I need some things, again, just to put at the table. If you have some extra stuff like that, or if I can get permission to print things out, whichever you all prefer. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me at all. I just want to do what you would prefer that I do. I also have this, I'm trying to think of how to explain this next thing to you. So there's a student I told you about a while back, Rob. Her name's Trish. She was part of the Manual High School students that worked with Cindy Young 2 years ago. She created a portrait of a woman here locally who's Dr. Hudson, who you might remember, wrote 2 Centuries of Black Louisville. He was the professor at U of L who helped you and Akram and I quite a bit. So this is his daughter, who was painted by a student named Trish at Manual. She moved to Atlanta, and she has started an Americans Who Tell the Truth program club at a senior center. It's just so delightful and wonderful, and she's just incredible. So she has all these ideas she wants to do in her senior year. And I want to try to get her connected more to you all in a way where I just feed you information from her. But she wants to have an Americans Who Tell the Truth program for seniors. She wants to lead it and generate it like all over the country. She's an amazing kid. I think her parents are from Pakistan, and they are helping her every step of the way. They love the project. They love you. So she's got a lot of support. She's done all of this with me, just basically getting on a virtual call with her about every 2 months and listening to her talk about all what the wonderful things she's doing. So I wanted to let you know she's doing that, but also that she really wants to be more connected to the project than she is right now. And she has some ideas that what I'd like to do is send you her slides, and then maybe we can talk to her in a virtual call about what she wants to do and how we can help her. It's a little vague for me right now what that might look like, but I did want to update you because it's an amazing project that she's doing. Okay, so those are the big things that I wanted to ask you about. Americans Who Tell the Truth at JCTC is going to continue over the summer, and they've already committed to having me do this again next year, which is great. So I'm starting to think now about what we might want to do, but we've already been invited for me to lead a Nice White Ladies book club based on Regina Jackson's book. So something I was hoping to do was talk to you about getting some Regina Jackson things. So that's pretty much my little spiel. On a personal note, Hans is having his next surgery for the implant that should help his hearing in his other ear. And so that will keep us pretty occupied because the surgery's in June and early June, and then it's a long 2 or 3 month recovery, but I will be working from here. And another personal / professional note is that I've been invited to work more full-time at the University of Louisville in their education department. So I'm going to try to work with Joe Gutman a little bit. He was going to get the Truth Teller documentary at the law school, and I want to try to connect the education department with the law department through my relationship with Joe. So that's some really good news. I'll keep at it, as you know. Okay, lots of love. Mwah. Sorry for this weird little video, but I wanted to say something in person to you.